This is my passion. This is Ike's Outdoors. Hey guys, Ike here from IkesOutdoors.com. We're here again today to do part 4 in our how to set up a bow video series. And if you watched the other ones, I've got my bow pretty well set up now and ready to shoot. Got my sights on, got my stabilizer on, rest is on, all my nice hot pink accessories are on there, and we're ready to start shooting. What I'm going to do first thing I'm going to do is sight my bow in. And then I'm going to start actually tuning everything, get everything lined up. So what I suggest is the first shot to be about 10 yards away. That way you're pretty close. And if you miss, you're not going to miss by a whole lot. So what I'll do is I'll sight this bow in pretty close at 10 yards. Then I'll move back to 20 yards and fine tune it 30, 40, and on from there. So I'm going to show you my 10 and 20 yards set up right now. And with most of today's bows, your 20-yard pin and your 10-yard pin are going to be the same thing. So I'll use my top pin at this distance, and then when I move back to 20, I'll go ahead and use it again. And if you guys who don't know how this is going to work, is your pins are going to go from top to bottom. And the top is going to be your closest, the bottom is going to be your further away. So we've got 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Or you can do those in 5-yard increments. Like 25, 35, 45, 55, 65 if you want to. So you can set them up kind of however you want to, but from 20 yards and closer, your first top pin is going to be the pin you're going to use. So I've got a 3D deer here, and I know I'm pretty close because I have shot this bow a little bit, and I know I'm pretty close. So the first thing I'm going to do here is at 10 yards, I'm going to go ahead and take a couple shots. Alright, so it looks like my left and right's pretty good. Maybe just a little bit off, but it looks, from where I'm aiming on this target, I'm hitting a little bit high. And especially for you new archers out there, I always recommend that you shoot at least 2 arrows. Because if you shoot one and you're aiming and you hit high, and you shoot your second one and you hit high, you know you're hitting high, and it wasn't just you, especially you new guys. So if you shoot once and you're hitting high, and in your second shot you hit level and right, well, you know you done something on your first one. So, and even if you're experienced archer, I recommend you shoot 2, maybe 3 arrows before you make an adjustment to your sight. Okay, so I'm hitting pretty much high and right. Yeah, from where I'm aiming, I know I got the spot that I'm aiming. It's kind of probably hard for you guys to tell if you can even see on there. So I'm hitting high and right. The rule you're going to use is you're going to follow your arrow. So if you've got a sight like mine, which is a React, which is a toolless sight, all you got to do is loosen these things up and make your adjustment. If you've got one that doesn't have a toolless adjustment, you're going to have to set Allen wrenches. So for my left and right, I'm hitting a little bit right. I'm actually going to move this thing just a little bit to the right. I'm going to follow my arrow, and I'm going to tighten that back down. Same way up here. I'm going to loosen this here, and I'm going to move my housing up. And I'm going to do this in pretty small increments till I get pretty much where I want, and I'm going to tighten this thing back down. So like I said, we're doing this at 10 yards right now, and I'm pretty close. And at this point, I can go ahead and move back to 20 yards because I know I'm pretty close to where I need to be. But I'll go ahead and shoot another one. Okay, so I hit high again, actually. I'm going to go ahead, what I'm going to do now is, I know I'm pretty close, and I know I need to make a few more adjustments. I'm going to go ahead and move back to 20 yards and start making my adjustments at 20 yards. My left and right looks pretty good on that one. I brought it over to the left about an inch, and that's about where I need to be. Okay, so now we're at 20 yards, and this is where you're going to start doing a little bit more fine-tune adjustment. I know I'm pretty much where I need to be, but I need to move it just a little bit more to get it in where it needs to be. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim at that bottom arrow, which you guys probably can't see way down there, but I'm going to aim at that bottom arrow. I really got to get a deal put on here. I'm going to put my pin right on that bottom arrow. And I hit really high that time. So see, at 10 yards I was a little high. At 20 yards I'm really high. So I'm going to go ahead and move my sight up. And you notice on that one I moved it quite a bit because I'm 4 or 5 inches high now. So, and I'm making one adjustment at a time when I get back to 20 yards. I'll get my height set, and then I'll get my left and right set. So, I'll work on my height. And that one almost busted that arrow, almost broke the knock on the arrow I was aiming for. I'm just a little bit to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make just the slightest adjustment on this sight, moving it to the right, following my arrow. And luckily, this is my last, nope, got one more. Woo! That's on. That is on right there. That one just busted that arrow. I think I saw the knot go spinning off there. So that is sighted in. I'm going to go ahead and take one more shot just for the fun of it. See if I can get a Robin Hood on tape. Nope, pulled her a little to the left. So you can see there, we'll put up a picture of the group that I put up. You know, I've been doing this for a lot of years. So don't go out and expect within 7 arrows to be able to do that, to be able to bust your nocks and to be able to get that kind of grouping. It's going to take you a little bit. And like I said, I highly recommend for all you guys out there, especially you new guys, to shoot multiple arrows before you shoot or before you move your sights. So that way you know it's the bow, not you. So if you're shooting high, you know it's the bow, not you. If you shoot once and then your next one is off to the right and level, then you know you've done something wrong. So it's pretty important to get your form down and work on your form and get it in place. And then, you know, as you start shooting your bow, you'll get better and you'll get more accurate as you go. So, but that's my advice for sighting in. That's how I sight in my bows. Start out at 10 yards, get myself pretty close, get back to 20 yards, and then I get myself dead on from there. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and move back to 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards, 60 yards, get all my sight pins adjusted. And that's going to be sighted in for me. Before I move back and sight those other pins in, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to French tune this bow, which is the step we'll show you in the next one. I'm going to pretty much kitchen sink tune this bow, which means I'm going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at it when I'm done, just to show you guys the process that I use when I'm really thoroughly tuning a bow out. So this video showed you how to sight in. Next video we'll show you how to French tune, and then we'll show you how to walk back tune and broadhead tune. We'll get you to where your arrows and your broadheads are hitting side by side and you get the same point of impact. But we'll get on those if the weather will cooperate. Out here finally got a break in the rain this spring. So for more product reviews, how-to videos, you can check out our website, ikesoutdoors.com, and be sure to subscribe and like these videos. Be sure to share them. Really appreciate you guys watching.